He found a crate buried in the sand, and froze when the voice inside whispered, "Please don't open." The desert was an endless graveyard of sand and silence. For days, Elias had wandered beneath the scorching sun, his water skin nearly empty, his boots worn thin. He wasn't a wanderer by choice. He was a scavenger, left behind by a caravan after a sandstorm scattered them. Survival meant digging for anything worth carrying, anything that could fetch coin if he ever made it back to settlement. On the fourth day, his spade struck something hard. Not stone wood. Curious, Elias dropped to his knees and clawed away the sand with frantic hands until the shape revealed itself. A crate, blackened by time, its iron bindings corroded but intact. It wasn't the kind of thing the desert should hide. Heart hammering, he brushed off the last of the sand. Symbols he didn't recognize were burned into the lid, sharp, spiraling marks that made his eyes ache to follow. He leaned close, lips cracked with thirst, and pressed his ear against the wood. And then he heard it. A voice. Weak, muffled, desperate. "Please," it whispered. "Don't open." Elias recoiled, stumbling backward into the sand. The desert air was still, the horizon empty. He stared at the crate, skin crawling. It was impossible it couldn't speak. And yet, he had heard it. He swallowed hard, trying to wet his throat. "Who's in there?" he rasped. The voice came again, faint but urgent, as though whoever spoke was pressed tightly against the inside of the lid. "You don't understand. If you open it, you'll free me." Elias froze. Not save me. Not help me. Free me. The words coiled through his mind. He should have left it there, buried, and kept walking. But the desert offered him nothing but death. If someone was trapped inside, maybe they carried supplies, water, anything. And if not, maybe the crate itself was valuable. He was too desperate to ignore the chance. He touched the iron latch. It was cold, unnaturally so, as if the desert heat dared not touch it. The voice hissed sharply, "I warned you." Elias ripped his hand back as though burned. He sat for hours, circling the crate, torn between hunger, fear, and greed. The sun set, the sands turned cold, and the stars wheeled above. The crate pulsed faintly under moonlight, as though shadows clung too tightly to its surface. At last, Elias spoke again. "If I leave you here, you'll die. If I open it, maybe you'll live. Tell me, why shouldn't I?" A long silence. Then, "Because I'm not what you think. I was put here to be forgotten. The desert buries sins men cannot." The voice was neither male nor female, but trembling mix of both, layered with sorrow. Elias pressed his forehead to the wood, torn apart by thirst and curiosity. "Are you a prisoner?" "No, I am a sentence." The words chilled him more than the desert night. Sleep eluded him. His dreams were filled with whispering sands, faces clawing at him from beneath the dunes, and always the crate, always the warning. By dawn, his thirst was unbearable. He staggered to the crate and slammed a fist against the lid. "If you want me to leave you here, give me something. Water, food, anything." The voice was quiet, resigned. "I cannot. I only have truth, and truth will not quench you." Elias cursed. His cracked lips bled. He thought of leaving, but his legs trembled weak. Without help, he would never reach the next settlement. The crate was his only chance. Curse or not. Hands shaking, he pried at the iron latch. "No!" the voice screamed. "You don't understand." The latch snapped. The lid creaked. A blast of cold air burst out, scattering sand in a circle around him. Inside was not a body, but darkness, thick liquid, writhing as though alive. It surged upward, spilling like ink, twisting into a shape that almost resembled human form before dissolving into shifting shadows. Elias stumbled back. The voice was no longer muffled. It was everywhere around him, inside him. "You fool." The shadows stretched tall, towering over him, its edges dissolving into smoke that bled back into the crate. It had no face, only hollows where eyes should be. "What are you?" Elias croaked. "I was hunger once. I was war once. I was loosed upon kingdoms until they bound me. And you, desperate mortal, have set me free." It leaned close, its voice 1,000 whispers overlapping. You want water? Food? I can give you oceans, banquets, kingdoms. All I ask is a vessel. Elias shook his head violently. No, I won't be your host. The shadow laughed, a sound like dry bones cracking. You already are. You touched the latch, broke the seal. A piece of me is in you now. Your thirst? It will never end. Your hunger? Never full. You will crave until you crawl back to me and beg. His chest heaved. He felt it. An emptiness yawning inside him, bottomless, gnawing. The shadow drifted higher, stretching across the desert sky. Run, if you like. Every step will hollow you. Every breath will feed me. And when you finally collapse, I will wear your flesh to walk free beneath the sun. It withdrew, sinking back into the crate, though its form never vanished fully. The lid slammed shut by itself, sealing once more with a hiss. Elias fell to his knees, clutching his stomach. The gnawing ache already twisted deeper than thirst or hunger had ever reached. Days blurred. He wandered aimlessly, the crate dragging behind him like a chained beast. He could not leave it. The emptiness within him clawed too fiercely when he tried. At night, the whispers grew louder. Open it again. Let me out fully. Then you will be whole. He refused, clutching his head until he bled. But the ache never faded. By the third day, he found the ruins of a caravan, a scorched wagon, skeletons picked clean. Among the bones, a half-full water skin. He drank greedily, but the water turned to ash in his throat, offering no relief. The emptiness remained. He screamed into the desert. What do you want from me? The crate rattled in reply. At sunset, he encountered another traveler, a woman on a dune, cloaked in white, staff planted firmly in the sand. Her eyes widened when she saw what trailed behind him. You opened it, she whispered. Elias stumbled toward her. Help me. Please, whatever's inside, it's killing me. She did not move. That is not meant to be opened. My order buried it generations ago. We swore never to speak of it. Then take it back. Elias begged. Seal it again. She shook her head slowly. The moment you touched the latch, you became its tether. If we destroy the crate, it will root itself deeper in you. If we kill you, it will seek another host. There's only one choice left. Her staff glowed faintly. Symbols, like those carved into the crate, flared in the sand around her feet. You must return to the desert's heart, where it was first bound. There, perhaps we can chain it again, but the path will break you. Elias fell to his knees. If I don't, then it will break the world. That night, as they set off together, the voice slithered in his skull. She lies. They will bury you in my place. You will be the crate. The desert will be your coffin. Do not trust her. He staggered onward, torn between whispers. The ache in his gut hollowed him, the gnawing growing sharper. The woman kept her distance, chanting softly as though to ward off the shadow, clinging to him. By dawn, he knew one truth. Whether he reached the desert's heart or not, he would never be free. The only question was whether the world would suffer with him.